we are very optimistic that we will be more innovative in the basic medical care, so that we can help the patient both where we are working. Thank you.
Thanks, sir. Thanks, sir. There was a lot of talk about healthcare education, healthcare awareness. Thankfully, during the COVID pandemic, the World Health Organization came up with a very elaborate guidelines for the schools per se. They said the premise was the healthcare education, the healthcare awareness, what Dr. Arun Kumar well elaborated phenomenally. It all starts with the young learners, young people. Dr. Vinay Garodia also talked elaborately about that. So 87 health promoting interventions that guideline of WHO has prescribed, and on that set of it in 7 health areas. So schools, they said that they should become health promoting schools. So a lot of screening, what Dr. Dawar was talking about, a lot of preventive aspect of it can really be inculcated. The young kids are out there, the late detection, the early detection of diseases can be done right at the school level where the community, the youngsters are out there. So we would like to felicitate 3 health promoting schools from various parts of the country. We would like to first recognize PNC Cognito School, which has really taken up this mandate in a phenomenal fashion to bring about health education within their campus out there. Nagesh ji, the director of PNC Cognito School, Bangalore, is here. So let's give a big hand, because this is where the healthcare education is getting embedded out here. So a few words if you would like to just talk about how healthcare interventions,
So good evening. Firstly, I'm honored to be in this elite forum of stalwart medical resource people. So I'm actually late. I just came here 15 minutes before. But yes, as a school, it is important for us to guide students or create that importance of practices. So we say that first 14 years is very important for us. What are the food we eat today are the food what our taste buds have got addicted in the first 13 to 14 years. What sports we know today are the sports what we have learned in the first 14 years. So accordingly, in India, being one of the best geographical country, having the best weather conditions, you can grow any kind of crops or anything, natural resources. We see that lot of blood pressures or sugar levels being abnormal at a very young age, and the lifespan drastically reducing. It's all because of the practices. And I think the school having that initial practices is very important. What we first took it on, considering we are 6-year-old school. So every day we have introduced one session of sports. That's 1 hour of sports for the age group from 6 years to 17 years. So in this regards, with what we started, with 6 years, yes, we are able to produce almost the best athletes. I mean, any girl child in our school can easily run 2 to 3 kilometers at a start with whatever the weather condition, take it summer or winter. So, and we have 14 to 16 KSA, Karnataka State Cricket Association players getting into the Karnataka cricket. So we just started, that is one, the practice, and the nutrition. So our chairman, so being from a government school, which he got the opportunity to start a school, he introduced a nutritional kind of platform for all the students. Okay, from age group 3 years to 14 years, the food what we are providing under the name of PNC, Pillamma Nagamma Chinnappa. So it is not being charged, and the same food we are giving to our caretakers. So because for having a better environment to achieve a happy quotient, we think teachers and principals are very important. The caretakers, the nannies plays a very important role, how they take care and create that emotional well-being. So considering this, sports, nutrition, safety, emotional well-being, so I heard that telling that child-centric. So the child-centric, patient-centric, so we call it as a child-centric. That can only come with the intent. There might be the best definitions with the different dictionaries, but it only comes with the intent. So we train all our teachers with that inductions or with the continuous trainings throughout the academic year and continuously as and when required. So, I mean, I thank the forum also to considering the schools which are promoting with regards to the health, and thank you everyone. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. We would also like to felicitate the KIIT Word School as a health promoting school for really taking up the initiative of sensitizing and educating the young learners in a health seeking behavior. So in Delhi, in Pitampura, these are two competing schools who are competing on excellence frontiers like anything. And we have yet another excellent school which is promoting health in a phenomenal way, is the Bal Bharti Public School, Pitampura. I will request, please. So the elaborate submissions of these schools on the 87 health promoting parameters is like a booklet. It's thicker than perhaps a guideline out there we would be putting up on the portal. What they are doing, what innovative experiments they are doing, it's really good to learn from. So Mr. Nagesh talked about the kids running for 2 to 3 kilometers. I promised we would like to felicitate the doyen in the space of pulmonology, Dr. Keshav Baliram Hedgewar Arogya Ratna, on Professor Dr. Anant Mohan for being a pioneer in respiratory health, making an everlasting impression on the world of medicine and the top specialist in the field, delving deeper into the insidious link between air pollution and COPD, having critical, candid observations, shedding light on the bleak reality of the fight against air pollution and its devastating influence on respiratory health, despite being a top-notch expert in lung transplantation, lung cancer, and chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, with advanced expertise in bronchoscopy and intervention pulmonology. तो जैसा कि मिश्रा साहब ने कहा, जेसी पांडे सर की जो कमी है, जो हमें उनका अभाव महसूस होता है, I think Dr. Mohan is fulfilling that tall shoes out there. So 2 minutes if you can address.
Yeah, sure. First of all, thank you very much for this kind honor and also being among such an august gathering. Some of them are my teachers as well. A lot of colleagues, a lot of friends are here. So you mentioned Dr. J.M. Pandey. Just coincidence, he was the one who selected me into AIIMS. So as senior resident, so he was obviously my teacher, and I learned a lot from him. He selected me as faculty also after 3 or 4 years. So I worked with him very closely. I'm actually a master clinician at Genius. I was in medicine for 7-8 years, and then I was working in respiratory medicine. So when the respiratory medicine department was newly created, I shifted to respiratory medicine. At that time, the head was Dr. Randeep Guleria. You all know he's the director. He was the face of COVID also. So we worked closely, very closely, and then for the last 5.5 years, I'm looking after that department. As far as this respiratory ailments are concerned, like you said, unfortunately they are on the rise, and a lot of factors are contributing. Air quality definitely is contributing to a big effect. Increasing COPDs, increasing asthma, more lung cancers. So all kinds of problems are happening, and pneumonias are happening. Tuberculosis still is rampant. So one really has to fight hard to try and settle the things, try and decrease the burden. We are doing whatever we can at our level. In about 10 years back, we started interventional pulmonology at our place for the first time. It was not there anywhere except PGI Chandigarh. So, and then fortunately we are now one of the good ones there. We are getting referrals from all over the place. The second thing that we managed to do was to establish lung transplant at our place about 3-4 years ago. We are currently the only public sector hospital which is running an active lung transplant program. gradually. It's tough, but it involves a big team. But yes, hopefully in the next couple of years we'll work on that. And then prevention, we talked about. Prevention is, I think, the key. So all of everybody here knows the importance of prevention. That is what we have to work towards. I don't know how the air quality will improve, but if it does, that will prevent a lot of diseases. That is for sure. So I think that is all that we are doing. A lot of other things, a lot of research. We established ICMR Center for Excellence in Breath Research at our place, in which this is something which nobody else is doing in this country. Try to look at the exhaled breath, try to look at it and try to diagnose various diseases, which can be done very easily. So that is the area of research where we are going into. So I think a lot of scope is there, a lot of work everybody is doing, and I think my younger colleagues here from Bhubaneswar were talking about IP, so interventional pulmonology is something now everybody is doing. They took out that needle, wonderful bit of work, and again by coincidence, just 2 hours back, we did the same thing at our place. Took out a tooth, we packed it over. So these things are being done, which was not happening 10, 20 years ago. Respiratory medicine definitely is now on the, so people are coming to do it, and things are benefiting, it is becoming more advanced. But I do hope that the disease burden decreases. So that is right. Thank you very much again for this.
Thanks a lot, sir. Thanks a lot. योग का दिवस हो और रेस्पिरेटरी हेल्थ की बात हो तो भस्त्रिका प्राणायाम आज सुबह 6:40 से पूरे देश भर में नाना प्रकार से योगासनों का एक एक्सपेरिमेंटेशन पूरे देश में रहा। सैन्य फोर्सेस ने युद्धपोतों पर हाईएस्ट रेमनेंट्स ऑफ हिमालयाज सब जगह योग हुआ। 1857 की क्रांति जहां से प्रारंभ हुई वो मेरठ, वहां का महर्षि औरबिंदो सुभारती कॉलेज एंड हॉस्पिटल ऑफ नेचुरोपैथी एंड योगिक साइंसेस, जो कि अभी ही इट हैज जस्ट कम इनटू इंसेप्शन, इंस्पिरेशन ऑफ डॉक्टर मुक्ति भटनागर, eminent medico in her own right as well. We would really like to felicitate from this August forum for its futuristic interventions, a futuristic healthcare education institution title on Maharshi Aurobindo Subharti College and Hospital of Naturopathy and Yogic Sciences. और जैसा कि माननीय प्रोफेसर साहब ने बताया कि how they have created a integrated panel, especially in the palliative care की अलग-अलग विधाओं के विशेषज्ञ एक साथ बैठकर, वो लीगल है या नहीं है वो आई थिंक मैडम नाग would talk more about that, but उन्होंने तो कर डाला एक उत्साह की दृष्टि से. So we would like to confirm on. दो शब्द आप कहना चाहिए सर.
I represent from Maharshi Aurobindo Subharti College and Hospital of Naturopathy and Yogic Sciences. I am the Dean of Ayush and also the Principal of the college. And it is a part of Swami Vivekananda Subharti University, Meerut, which is a private university spread over 250 acres of land and has 18 colleges. And our college is one of the premier institutions in North India and one of the best of the institutions in North India. And we offer a UG undergraduate course of BNYS, Bachelor in Naturopathy and Yogic Sciences, which is a final half-year medical degree under Ministry of Ayush, and also MD program in 3 different streams. And I'm very glad to tell you all that in this August gathering, when I came in, I was like very, having a, doubt where I have come. And then when I saw the stalwarts, the doctors from AIIMS, the various people who have done a lot of great work in this country, and I am also joining with them. I would like to thank Rethink India, the Future of Healthcare Forum 2024, for conferring this award to us. And on behalf of Swami Vivekananda Subharti University and our college, I'm very, very thankful that you have recognized us. And I would like to also tell you that we are working strenuously every day, and we have trained about more than 1 lakh people in the practice of yoga. We have a 100-bedded naturopathy and yoga hospital along with this college also. Thank you very much. I am really honored. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. एथिक्स की तो बातें हमने पूरी शाम सुनी, पर एथिक्स अगर बॉटम लाइन है तो क्वालिटी इज द टॉप लाइन, एंड टुडे वी आर रियली प्रिविलेज्ड टू हैव the Chief Executive Officer of the NABH, the body which ensures quality in the country, Dr. Atul Mohan Kochhar sir. और जैसा कि हम एडवर्टाइजमेंट में सुनते हैं कि बड़ी बॉटल जेब पर भारी पड़ती है तो कंपनीज छोटे छोटे सैशे लेकर आ गए, तो NABH ने भी वही अप्रोच बनाई और एक होप प्लेटफॉर्म लेकर आए हैं, जो कि आज डॉक्टर केशव बलिराम हेडगेवार आरोग्य विभूषण से सम्मानित किया जा रहा है. द होप प्लेटफॉर्म, आई थिंक वी विल हियर मोर फ्रॉम डॉक्टर कोचर. इट इज so I would leave that honor to Dr. Kochhar to inform this August gathering कि ये सैशे वाला accreditation क्या है वो हम सबको बताएं, जिससे हम सभी क्वालिटी के रूप में पूरी हेल्थ इंडस्ट्री उसको लेकर आ सके. डॉक्टर अतुल मोहन कोचर.
Thank you, Mr. Raghav. Thank you, Dr. V. It's a pleasure. Basically, NABH एक बोर्ड है, क्वालिटी काउंसिल ऑफ इंडिया अम्ब्रेला के अंडर. क्वालिटी काउंसिल ऑफ इंडिया मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ कॉमर्स के साथ जुड़ी हुई है और ये एक ऑटोनोमस बोर्ड है क्योंकि क्वालिटी का स्ट्रक्चर पब्लिक पीपल पार्टनरशिप के साथ बनता है. गवर्नमेंट जब कोई चीज़ बनाती है तो वो रेगुलेशन हो जाता है, तो क्वालिटी एक एस्पिरेशनल लेयर होती है रेगुलेशन के ऊपर हर फील्ड में. तो NABH हेल्थ केयर हॉस्पिटल्स, हेल्थ केयर प्रोवाइडर्स के 27 प्रोग्राम्स चला रहे हैं. उसमें आज की डेट पे हम 18 ईयर्स यंग, वी आर 18 ईयर यंग बॉडी, एंड हमारे पास 95% बड़े हॉस्पिटल हैं, मेदांता, फोर्टिस, मैक्स. 22 में से 18 एम्स भी हमारे साथ आज हैं. लेकिन हमारा जो प्राइड है वो हमारा एंट्री लेवल प्रोग्राम है, जिसमें हम टियर 2, टियर 3 सिटीज के साथ मिलके टेकिंग क्वालिटी टू द ग्रास रूट्स, टेकिंग क्वालिटी टू द लास्ट इन द लाइन इज आवर मिशन, जिसमें आज हमारे पास 13,000 हॉस्पिटल है. टोटल हम 22,000 हेल्थ केयर स्टैंडर्ड्स की बात करें तो आउट ऑफ द 193-94 और कंट्रीज इन द वर्ल्ड, सिर्फ 37 कंट्रियों के अपने स्टैंडर्ड्स हैं. उसमें इंडिया ऑक्यूपाइज द प्लेस ऑफ प्राइड. तो हमारे स्टैंडर्ड्स आज 8 और कंट्रीज में भी हैं और 12 और कंट्रीज से हमारे 18 हॉस्पिटल्स आज दूसरी कंट्रीज में, हर 7 कंट्री में है. अफगानिस्तान में भी एक है, पाकिस्तान को छोड़ के हमारे स्टैंडर्ड्स फॉलो होते हैं. हमारे ये उज़्बेकिस्तान से 200 हॉस्पिटल आ रहे हैं, फिलीपींस से 20 हॉस्पिटल. तो बेसिकली इट्स अ मैटर ऑफ ग्रेट प्राइड कि इंडिया या भारत के जो हेल्थ केयर स्टैंडर्ड्स हैं वो बाहर की कंट्रीज में फॉलो हो रहे हैं. तो आई एक्सेप्ट दिस ऑन बिहाफ ऑफ द होप टीम. ये हमारा फुल एक्रेडिटेशन का लोगो है, होप का ट्रायंगल लोगो है, लेकिन इसमें छोटे हॉस्पिटल्स को, टियर 2, टियर 3 हॉस्पिटल्स को काफी प्रोत्साहन मिलता है टू स्टार्ट देयर क्वालिटी जर्नी.
I request Dr. Kochhar to join Professor K.K. Agrawal sir to be present in the rest of the felicitations if possible. Because ethics एक तरफ और quality दूसरी तरफ, I think that's the core we wish to felicitate. और जैसा कि मैंने पहले उसमें कहा कि स्वास्थ्य का एक जो मानक है, आई थिंक आयुर्वेद में तो कहते हैं कि त्वचा की कांति बहुत बड़ा मानक है. तो हमारे साथ एक बहुत ही गणमान्य एक प्लास्टिक एंड कॉस्मेटिक सर्जन, स्टेट ऑफ द आर्ट, जिसको आज कह सकते हैं मॉडर्न सुश्रुत. We have to really work around that. So we would like to confer upon Dr. Keshav Baliram Hedgewar Arogya Bhushan, embracing disruptive medical traditions and technologies, on Dr. Vipul Nanda for having evolved and championed the complex technique of cleft palate repair and rhinoplasty, apart from innumerable complex procedures over here in India. So I request Professor Dr. Atul Kochhar to do the honors along with Professor Dr. K.K. Agrawal sir, who is the president of the South Asian University, the South University going global. So, और रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा मैं विपुल सर से कि कुछ ज्ञान की बातें त्वचा की कांति मेंटेन करने का. So the complexions, yeah.
Thanks, Raghavji and Surbiji and Rethink India for this great honor. Really honored. And well, Sushruth was in 6th century BC, and we are proud to belong to that as plastic surgeons. He is referred to as the father of plastic surgery. So it's a great honor for India that the father of plastic surgery is Sushruth, the sage Sushruth, and he formed the first the reconstructive of the nose. So that is his contribution. And as plastic surgeons, we are all aware. I mean, there are two aspects. Briefly, there is cosmetic surgery, which we all see from the movies and the magazines, and there is reconstructive surgery. And it's big range, and it's an interesting thing because we deal with the head to toe and all ages. So, for example, a day would be filled with a replant of a finger or a hand, and at the same time a facelift or a nose job, and body contouring, and post-bariatric surgery people are needing body contouring. And the age group, as I said, is a congenital malformation in a child and a bed sore in an elderly sick patient in the hospital. So these it's a range is very interesting, and we are inundated with tertiary level work as specialists, but of course the role of prevention is foremost. And I think the seeds were sown when we were students, like the first year students at AIIMS, when we got the classes on yoga, and by Professor Bijlani and all the esteemed teachers. Great to be among teachers. We're grateful. Thank you so much.
Thanks, sir. Human technology. Yes, please.
For a very short time at AIIMS, Dr. Vipul, we were working together in '92. So I became a dermatologist, he became a plastic surgeon. मैं एक ही चीज़ कहना चाहूँगा कि he is a very good human being also. मुझे पता नहीं था आज ये भी आज होंगे, but from personal experience, I know for certain that he is a fantastic human being, and तभी से ये सबकी help करते हैं. तो NABH आज स्माइल ट्रेन की भी सारी असेसमेंट्स करता है. स्माइल ट्रेन जो लेफ्ट पैलेट में 120 कंट्रीज में काम कर रही है, तो पूरे साउथ ईस्ट एशिया के सेंटर्स का हम NABH असेसमेंट करते हैं. इनफैक्ट कल ही उनके प्रेसिडेंट जो सुदाना शेफर थे और उन्होंने फैक्ट स्टडी बताई कैसे छोटे बच्चों की एक बच्चे की हेल्प से वो अब तक 7 लाख ऑपरेशन दिल्ली में कर चुके हैं इंडिया में, और आप पूरी फैमिली को टच करते हैं.
True. And under promise and over deliver is Dr. Nanda's mantra, what he practices out there. Human technology कितनी भी advanced हो जाए, हम कितनी भी complex machines IITs में बना दें, but there is nothing complex than the human body. And पूरी human body में अगर जो सबसे delicate और सबसे complex critical organ है, that is the human brain. And someone who touches that human brain day in and day out with dexterity is the legendary Dr. V.P. Singh. Dr. V.P. Singh is being conferred upon Dr. Keshav Baliram Hedgewar Arogya Bhushan for embracing disruptive medical traditions and technologies, for having pioneered and nurtured the futuristic surgical discipline of radiosurgery using specialized techniques like gamma knife, having a profound impact on the efficacy of brain tumor surgery, cerebrovascular surgery, epilepsy surgery, intracranial aneurysms, artery venous malformations, spanning all facets of neurosurgery, cranial, spinal, and peripheral nerves. Our deep obeisances to Dr. V.P. Singh for this great feat right over here. I request Professor K.K. Agrawal sir, R.K. Vyas sir, madam, please. और सर के कुछ आशीर्वचन हम लोग
So when I was training at AIIMS in the 80s, everybody used to have funny comments about us. The neurosurgery ward was on the 4th floor, and the operation theatre was on the 8th, the top floor. And people would joke, these neurosurgeons take the patient from the 4th floor to the 8th floor and then to the 9th floor. In their order. Or the second thing they commonly said was, एक रात पहले तो न्यूरोसर्जन पेशेंट के बाद कटवाते और अगले दिन नाई बाकी सारे फैमिली के कटवाते. So from that time, when it was very difficult, and even if you made the patient survive, even with a deficit, the families were happy, we were very happy. We saved the life of the patient. From that stage, disruptive technology has come, which has improved things tremendously. There have been tremendous refinements, and today we've reached a stage that if the patient even has a minor deficit, you'll probably have a court case against him. But on this, if I was to practice only what my teachers, Dr. Tandon, Dr. Banerjee, Dr. Ravi Bhatia taught us, I would be hopelessly out of date. But one thing which was good that we learned was to